It feels good. It feels good. Shedeur Sanders handled business. He handled his business today. Can't nobody say nothing. We got Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin at the podium to address this situation. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. Let's get right into what Mike Tomlin had to say as the Pittsburgh Steelers just got upset by Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns.
Thought the game was kind of unfolding in the way that you would anticipate, but we never made that signature play that kind of got us over the hump. That generally is the deciding factor in games like this, and we generally make them. We didn't make them today.
Mike, what kept you from making those plays, especially offensively?
You know, they had a lot to do with it. They made some plays, and I'm never one not to compliment worthy opponents, man, and certainly they made plays today.
Mike, how much did not having Darnell Washington affect some of that decision-making in short yardage situations?
You know, we get challenged with the attrition component all the time. We make no excuses regarding that. We got capable men. We adapt, adjust, and we keep moving.
Michael, was Scotty the number one read on that 4th and 1 where Aaron threw too many ends?
He certainly had options, and he was one of them.
Mike, on that play, did not having Darnell affect your decision to possibly not push on that play?
Again, as I mentioned, we got options. Attrition is a component of it. We adapt and keep moving. We make no excuses about what we do or what we don't do, particularly as it pertains to who's available and who's not.
Mike, how much did not having DK affect the passing game?
It was an impact, but we certainly got capable men, and we expect those guys to make necessary plays, and we certainly didn't make enough today.
How do you think the defense did after the first two drives?
You know, I thought they kept us in the fight. We got some takeaways. We put ourselves in position to win.
Mike, was there too much focus or emphasis on keeping Myles Garrett from that sack record? Did you feel that from your offense at all?
We didn't do anything against Myles that we don't normally do against Myles. The sack record's irrelevant. We got to minimize him if we want to engineer victory. We did the same thing last time we played him. I didn't think he had any sacks in that game either. And so we didn't take a different approach because of the gravity of the record. It's just standard business when you playing these guys and him.
Like 3 straight shots to MVS to end the game. Was that kind of Aaron's fault, the guy he wanted, or was that what Arthur drew?
He had eligibles on the play, and certainly he was one of them. And he's a capable guy. I got no qualms about us playing to win the game in the way that we did.
How significant was it for them to get that lead early on? Because I feel like it was the other way.
The start doesn't determine anything other than the start. I doubt that any of us got uncomfortable. It's the nature of kind of how these games go. I thought our ability to put some points on the board prior to the half and then have the ball coming out the second half really kind of made anything that transpired in the first half irrelevant.
Mike Darnell out for a significant portion.
That I don't know. I just reported to you guys what I have.
Did Boswell have normal footing on the field goal that he missed?
It's irrelevant.
Anyone else? All right.
Thanks, guys.
How you like those apples, Mike Tomlin? You should have drafted Shedeur Sanders, but you didn't, and now you just lost to him. Shedeur Sanders collects his second win as a starter. This was tough. He did have a couple bad he threw a ball on the sideline and should have got picked off, and then that other ball he threw that floated up in the air for God knows how long got picked off. But Mike T, it sounded like you didn't want to give Shedeur no credit, bro. It sounded like you wasn't trying to give up no credit, bro. Let's see what the fellas is saying on UCSS for the post game.
To be at the end of December, you know, at the end of their season, and with everything that's been taking place, to just show up, man, and play hard and come away with a victory, like, it's a good Sunday. Winning is fun.
And you know what? And that's the way I need to stop watching TV, but they came off the ball great on that play. But let me just tell you this. Let me just tell you.
Game's over.
You're right.
That is actually the winning play. Trevor Lawrence snuck it up the middle, fourth down.
So
Jaguars win.
This is a big part of it. Today we got shown what complementary football is. And today we got shown how in football it's not just offense, not just the defense, it's just not special teams. For the majority of the year, one side of the football is either, or two sides of the football aren't doing their job and one is. Sometimes it's the defense playing well and the special teams cost us. Sometimes it's the offense that it put my points, but the defense seems to inexplicably give up 150 yards. And so I want people to remember that if you want to be a good football team, games like this are part of winning cultures in football. Because today, the offense did what they did enough to get up to a nice little lead to give the defense some leeway. The defense held them to 6 points.
Yeah.
And think about it. Schmidt hit all his extra points.
Yep.
He hit all of his field goals. Yep. And then Bororquez had two very good punts at the end of the game.
And Boswell missed a kick.
So to win a game like this, Earl, you have to have offense, defense, special teams, coaching. Kevin Stefanski, before we were on him about calling timeout, guess what he did today? Called timeout. So everybody do your part. And when everyone does their part, you can win an ugly game like this, 13-6. It ain't going to be pretty, right? Aaron Rodgers, I don't know how would he throw for it. He had a lot of his yards to come at the second half, but it wasn't a pretty game for the Steelers. And I'm sure the Steelers are disappointed that they couldn't come in against a team that was fighting for draft positioning and lose a game that they could have clinched the division.
This was the exact opposite of the Green Bay game in Week 3. Remember that Green Bay game?
Yep.
Man, Pittsburgh needed this game. Now they have a win or go home game versus the Baltimore Ravens. Like, they could have actually won this game and rested their guys for a week before the playoffs. But now it is must win versus the Baltimore Ravens. As bad as Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have been this year, they got a shot to win this division and head to the playoffs. That's how bad this division was this year. This is crazy.
First half, Joe Flacco and the Browns offense was anemic. Couldn't move the ball. I think they had 4 first downs the entire first half. In the second half, Delpit makes that pick on Jordan Love. Quinshawn makes the long run. Flacco gets him in position. They kick the game-winning field goal as time expires. This time around was the opposite. The offense got out to the hot start. I think, Earl, you asked the question, when's the last time they scored in their first 3 drives, or 3 consecutive drives? Ironically, then the offense went into hibernation for the next little bit. But they got off to those 2 early scoring drives. The defense held their own. And then late in the game, it was the defense that eventually seals the deal on the game-winning drive. It goes to show you that there's no one formula to winning a football game.
Right.
Even for a team that has been as unsuccessful this year as the Browns have been, or a team like the Steelers who have won 9 games, who scored 29 points last week in Detroit, who couldn't muster up a single touchdown drive this week, winning is dictated on a week-to-week basis. Right? Like, it's not
you do what you need to do.
Copy and paste game plan every single game. The Browns' game plan today worked. The Steelers adjusted. The Browns didn't necessarily make the right counter adjustments, but the defense was so good, it frankly didn't matter. And at the end of the day, they're back in that locker room right now.
Celebrating
with the feeling they haven't felt in quite a while.
Yeah. What a win, man. Mike T, you should have gave Shedeur some credit, homie. I ain't gonna lie. Mike Tomlin, you should have gave Shedeur some credit, man. Get down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. This Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share.